Before LED lights and tidy colour schemes, British Christmas decorations had a kind of warmth you could almost feel. Dark December evenings were lit by glowing window silhouettes, sparkling garlands stretching across ceilings, and fibre-optic ornaments slowly fading from colour to colour. Everything had a hum, a flicker, a texture, and somehow that made Christmas feel more alive. You didn't think about fashion or themes. You just filled every corner with colour, foil, tinsel, and homemade paper chains from school. It was messy, bright, chaotic, and completely unforgettable. So tonight, we're switching those memories back on and revisiting 12 classic British Christmas decorations that once filled our homes. And we're starting with a decoration that made every living room look instantly festive. Number 12. Foil Merry Christmas Banner. The annual returner. The foil Merry Christmas banner was the first thing out of the decorations box every year, even though no one remembered buying it. Folded up like metallic origami, it would emerge creased, slightly torn, and still somehow ready to serve. Each letter shimmered in bright red or green foil, reflecting fairy lights in that unmistakably 80s-90s way. Parents insisted it was perfectly fine, even if half the glitter had rubbed off. It hung across doorways above fireplaces or wonkily sagging over the television. As modern decor shifted toward minimalist styles, the classic foil banner slipped quietly out of fashion, replaced by cleaner prints and wooden signs. But nothing has ever matched the crackle of unfolding one. The banner brought sparkling nostalgia. But the next decoration added a plastic pop to every British hallway. Number 11. Plastic holly and mistletoe. The festive fakery. We loved plastic holly and mistletoe were the decorations that tried their best. And honestly, they did a decent job. Glossy green leaves, bright red berries that looked like tiny boiled sweets, and mistletoe sprigs that clung to door frames with a single piece of blue tack. They were cheap, cheerful, and absolutely everywhere. Kids poked the berries, adults joked about standing under the mistletoe, and the whole thing felt unmistakably British and brilliantly fake. As real greenery and natural decor became trendy, the classic plastic versions vanished from shops, but their charm never really left. Plastic holly added festive colour, but the next decoration drowned entire houses in shiny chaos. Number 10. Tinsel, the shiny menace. Tinsel was the decoration that made every room look festive and mildly electrocuted at the same time. Long, glittery strands in red, green, silver, or gold draped over banisters, picture frames, curtain rails, anywhere it would cling, and plenty of places it shouldn't. Kids wore it like feather boas, wrapped it around pets, or tried to make halos out of it before the whole thing shed more than a molting cat. By Boxing Day, it had worked its way into carpets, jumpers, and the Christmas dinner. As modern decor turned subtle, tinsel quietly slipped off shelves, but nothing has ever replaced its chaotic sparkle. Tinsel brought shiny mayhem, but the next decoration brought crafty colour and a whole lot of classroom nostalgia. Number 9. Paper chains, the classroom classic. Paper chains were the first Christmas decoration most British kids ever made. Strips of coloured paper, glued or licked into loops. Yes, people actually licked them, then linked together until they stretched from one end of the room to the other. Classrooms, bedrooms, and hallways were transformed into colourful tunnels, the links sagging lower every day as the glue gave up. Families made them while watching Christmas films. Each person assigned a colour or loop counting job. As pre-made decorations took over, the handmade paper chain quietly faded. But its childhood charm never did. Paper chains brought DIY delight. But the next decoration twisted, curled, and shimmered its way around entire living rooms. Number 8. Foil Christmas garlands. The twisting shine foil garlands were the decorations that turned ceilings into glittering jungles. Folded flat in the box, they expanded into spirals, stars, or diamond shapes with a single pull. Hung between walls or draped across curtain poles, they spun slowly whenever the heating came on, catching the light and throwing colourful reflections across the room. They never stayed perfectly straight, always tilting slightly like they'd had too much sherry. As sleeker, modern decorations became popular, these foil wonders slipped into nostalgia. But the next decoration brought full-on 90s brilliance from above. Number 7. Foil ceiling streamers. The overhead spectacle, foil ceiling streamers, were the ultimate 80s-90s Christmas flex. Hung in an X shape across the ceiling, they transformed even the plainest living room into a full-on festive explosion. Shiny reds, greens, silvers and golds stretched from corner to corner, rippling whenever someone walked past or the radiator clicked on. Kids lay underneath them, staring up as they twisted and shimmered in the warm air, convinced it looked like the ceiling itself was celebrating. Adults struggled with sellotape, chairs and arguments about whether they were straight. They never were, but once they were up, the whole room felt instantly Christmassy. As trends shifted toward subtle fairy lights and minimalist decor, the bold foil streamers quietly disappeared. Streamers brought overhead magic, but the next decoration opened with a satisfying whoosh. Number 6. Honeycomb paper decorations, the open-up moment. Honeycomb paper decorations were pure Christmas theatre. Flat circles or bells that transformed with a single unfold into big fluffy bursts of colour. Kids loved being the one to open them, watching the honeycomb pattern expand like a paper snowball blooming to life. They hung in windows, corners, or right in the middle of the living room where they slowly sagged by New Year's Day. Some were red, some white, some shimmering with foil accents, all of them unmistakably retro. They looked delicate, but survived year after year, tucked back into their flat shapes and stored between old cards and tangled tinsel. As shop-bought decor turned modern and glossy, honeycomb decorations became a rarer sight. Honeycombs brought unfolding joy, and what's coming next glowed in British windows well into the night. We're halfway through. And if you're enjoying this trip through Britain's retro Christmas decor, keep going, because the next few decorations include glittering baubles, glowing silhouettes, and the star or angel that made every living room feel complete. Number 5. Retro baubles. The glass gems of the tree. Retro baubles were the decorations that made every Christmas tree feel like a memory museum. Delicate glass spheres, ribbed textures, glittery stripes, metallic finishes, and colours that somehow looked both faded and vibrant at the same time. Some were heavy and dragged branches down. Others were so light they spun with the slightest draft. Families treated them like heirlooms, unwrapping them from tissue paper that was older than half the kids in the room. There were always a few odd shapes: teardrops, pine cones, little bells, and at least one bauble everyone was terrified to touch. As plastic ornaments took over and modern palettes replaced the classic rainbow, retro baubles slowly vanished from the shops. Retro baubles brought fragile sparkle. But the next decoration lit up windows across the whole neighbourhood. Number 4. Light-up window silhouettes. The glow that set the street. Light-up window silhouettes were the glowing pride of every British street. Santa, snowmen, candles, angels, all glowing in warm neon colours from behind thin plastic frames. Kids pressed their faces to the cold window to watch them flicker into life as dusk hit. From outside, you could spot them halfway down the road, little patches of colour shining through the winter darkness. The plastic warmed slightly if left on too long, giving off that unmistakable Christmas electric smell. Parents hung them with suction cups that fell off every other night, leading to loud thuds and frantic re-sticking. As LED decor took over and designs became sleeker, these bright silhouettes slipped away. Silhouettes brought evening glow. But the next decoration brought snow. Sort of. Number 3. Snow spray for windows. The DIY White Christmas. Snow spray was the decoration that let every child pretend they lived in a festive film, with mixed results. One shake, one press, and foam white snowflakes appeared on the glass, usually followed by smudges, drips, and accidental blobs that looked nothing like snow. Kids stenciled snowmen, stars, trees, and occasionally abstract splats no one could identify. It clung to windows long after Christmas and took half a bottle of cleaner to remove. Parents insisted on just a little. Kids covered the entire pane, and everyone blamed each other for the final mess. As decorations became tidier and window decals replaced the spray cans, the tradition slowly faded. Snow spray brought messy magic, but the next decoration carried soft, glowing nostalgia in fibre-optic form. Number 2. Fibre-optic tabletop trees. The soft, sparkling showstopper. Fibre-optic Christmas trees were the magical centerpieces of many British living rooms in the late 90s and early 2000s. Small enough to sit on a sideboard or windowsill, they glowed with shifting colours, greens, reds, purples and blues, as tiny fibres shimmered from the tips of each branch. Kids sat inches away watching the lights fade from one shade to another, mesmerised by the gentle colour change and the soft whir of the motor inside. They felt futuristic at the time, a tiny slice of Christmas technology that didn't need bulbs or complicated setups. As styles moved back toward traditional trees and simpler lighting, the fibre-optic tabletop tree quietly fell out of fashion. Fibre optics brought gentle, glowing magic. But the final decoration on this list carried the most important Christmas ritual of all. Number 1. Angel or star tree topper. The moment everyone remembered. The tree topper was more than a decoration. It was the moment. Whether your family used a star, an angel, or a slightly lopsided heirloom that looked older than the tree itself, placing it on top was the grand finale of decorating day. Kids argued over whose turn it was. Parents lifted them up carefully, holding their breath as small hands placed the topper into position. Some toppers glowed softly, others sparkled, and a few leaned dramatically to one side, refusing to sit straight no matter how much tape was involved. It was the symbol that the tree was officially finished and Christmas could begin. As decorations modernized and trends shifted, the classic angel or star remained, but the family ritual around it became rarer. The tree topper wasn't just decor, it was Christmas emotion in one final touch. So that's 12 classic British Christmas decorations everyone remembers. They weren't just decorations, they were the crinkly foil, the glowing silhouettes, the taped up corners, the sagging paper chains, and the slightly wonky tree toppers that made every British home feel festive. If you remember standing on a chair to hang something, untangling tinsel for half an hour, or watching fibre-optic colours dance across the room, share this with someone who remembers that same magic. Because even as decor changes and trends evolve, these classics still sparkle in memory,